I'm not a big fan of scary games or horror games. Fortunately for me, Blair is not a horror game. Okay, it sorta is, but still, it is not. The objective of Blair is simple. You run to a house, gather evidences, get the ghost type, survive the hunt, get out, and get the bugs. There are some random things like the ghost selected for the match, its favorite room, or in some cases what cursed items are there to benefit your survival. You need to find pieces of evidences that inform the ghost type, keep your sanity up, and avoid getting killed. Each ghost has a unique 3 pieces of evidences. So drop below a sanity level and the ghost will start hunting you and may kill you. So you need to stay alive as long as you get the 3 unique evidences for the ghost and then just leave. So in this way, it does become a logic game. Let's take an example to understand better. You're in a mission and you go into the house and you find the ghost room using your thermometer. Congratulations! It's freezing temperatures. Now the types of ghost reduces from 12 to only 6. That's 50% reduction. Now this is where your logic thinking comes into play. For those people who do not know what logic thinking means, it is the process of observing, analyzing and drawing conclusions based on facts and evidences. Or in simple apes terms, it's just yes and no, and those answers of yes and no will affect the next question. It's like else-if statements from computer science engineering. It's either this or that. So coming back to our question, it's a yes for the freezing temperatures, so we can go ahead and check for other evidences like EMF. Now we wait for the EMF 5 rating. Keep in mind this can only be either yes or no. There is no maybe in this question. And after waiting for few questions, you got the EMF. Congratulations, it's a EMF 5. So when you mark EMF 5, the ghost types now reduces from 6 to only 2. In this case, it is Banshee and Phantom. So this is the end game. You need only 1 evidence to get to the ghost type and you can just get out the stinky old house. But with 4 evidences still left to discover and only 2 ghost types in the picture, now it's time for the elimination method. I've mentioned the elimination method several times in my earlier videos, and most of you may not know, but it's a clear product of logic thinking. You see, logic thinking got 2 outcomes, as I've mentioned, yes and no. Since the start of the match, we have been only using the yes method. We got a EMF, we got a freezing, so it's a yes. But now we're going to use the no method. You see, we can either cross off the evidence in the journal, meaning the evidence is there, or we can strike it off, meaning it's not there. Striking off an evidence will also help us knowing if the ghost type is either this or that. So imagine the time goes on and we're in the end game, only 2 evidences left to find out and only 2 ghost types. And in this case, we got a Banshee and a Phantom. If we get fingerprints, this means it's a Banshee, and if we get ghost orbs, that means it's a Phantom. But you are sure that there are no fingerprints in this map. So we can strike off the fingerprint and it only leaves us with 1 evidence and we can mark it off as Phantom. As you may have been observing, by using this logical thinking methods, we are able to successfully find the ghost type easier than before. Using logic thinking like this forms a structure as shown in the screen. This is called an else-if structure, but we're gonna call it a decision structure as it helps us with the decision making. Blair may be a horror game for you guys, but for me, it's a logic game. The ghost may be powerful enough to kill you, but it also acts as a mailman, delivering clues and evidences to you one by one. It's not horror in a sense that you are trying to escape the ghost and trying to get out of the house. Often it's the opposite. You're trying to seek it out using unique techniques and tricks, hoping that it would expose what it is. There's still those heart rate spiking elements in the game, but still there are a lot of logic involved in this. Well, that's about it. It's a fascinating game where its basic concept is complemented by its complexities contained in a simple framework. It's a neat study of how total randomness wouldn't be nearly as enjoyable as constraint mechanics. They gotta fix the campsite map though. It's really laggy and it sucks.